How many times have you been standing on the very edge of your breakthrough only to walk away because the pressure became too much to bear? We are all haunted by the ghosts of what could have been. Those dreams we abandoned, those projects we left unfinished, and those versions of ourselves we never gave a chance to exist. We live in a culture that sells us the comfort of the easy way, telling us it's acceptable to settle when things get difficult. But there is a silent, devastating truth that most people refuse to face, that the distance between who you are right now and the person you are destined to become is often just a few inches of extra persistence. You are not failing because you lack talent, and you are not falling behind because you lack opportunity. You are likely just seconds away from your greatest victory, yet you are considering turning back because you have not yet realized that your biggest enemy is not the obstacle in front of you, it is the exit sign you keep looking for in your own mind. If you want to know why your life has remained stagnant, it is time to face the cold, hard reality of why you stopped. Today, we are going to burn that exit sign for good. The concept of a definite major purpose serves as the fundamental cornerstone upon which all individual achievement is built. It is not merely a wish, a hope, or a vague ambition, but rather a singular, clearly defined objective that occupies the center of your consciousness at all times. When you crystallize your desire into a specific goal, you move away from the chaotic drift that characterizes the average person's existence and instead begin to command your mental resources with surgical precision. This process requires you to envision your destination with such absolute clarity that the roadmap to achieving it begins to manifest naturally through your daily actions. By anchoring your life to a definite purpose, you create a powerful filter that automatically rejects distractions and trivialities that would otherwise divert your energy. This intensity of focus acts as a beacon, aligning your subconscious mind to recognize and seize opportunities that are inherently linked to your primary aim. It transforms your daily labor from a series of aimless tasks into a deliberate, rhythmic progression toward an inevitable outcome, ensuring that every thought and motion serves the singular vision you have forged for your future. Every human experience of adversity contains within its shadow the germ of an equivalent benefit, provided one possesses the wisdom and persistence to look past the surface. Most people view failure as a closed door, an end to their efforts, or a sign of personal inadequacy. Yet this is the fundamental error that separates the successful from the stagnant. When you encounter a setback, it is not a signal to retreat, but a necessary challenge designed to strengthen your resolve, refine your strategy, and prepare you for a higher level of performance. Within every crisis lies an opportunity to learn a vital lesson, acquire a new skill, or pivot toward a more effective path that you would have otherwise never discovered. By consciously choosing to transmute these negative experiences into positive action, you transform the very elements of your struggle into the fuel for your progress. This shift in perspective turns every obstacle into a valuable asset, ensuring that you are not merely surviving the trials of your journey, but are actively harvesting the wisdom required to eventually master your circumstances and attain your deepest ambitions. The law of compensation dictates that your financial and personal rewards are always in exact proportion to the nature and quality of the service you render. Many people mistakenly believe that time is the currency of success, assuming that clocking in hours or maintaining a routine will inevitably lead to prosperity. However, the true masters of achievement understand that compensation is rooted in the depth of value provided to others, which requires a persistent application of effort well beyond what is merely expected. This is the stage where most individuals falter, stopping their work the moment they feel the pull of fatigue or the monotony of a task, unaware that the greatest value is created in those extra moments of endurance. By consistently delivering a quality of service that exceeds your current compensation, you set into motion a natural economic force that forces the world to eventually acknowledge your contribution. This unwavering commitment to excellence, even when no one is watching, ensures that your rewards grow as your capacity to serve expands, moving you from the realm of average effort into the domain of extraordinary results. The psychological barrier of the final mile is perhaps the most deceptive trap on the road to achievement because it disguises failure as a natural conclusion. When you approach the pinnacle of your ambition, the weight of your struggle often feels heaviest, and the silence of the universe can be deafening. This is not an accident, but a profound test of your resolve, designed to filter out those who desire success only in theory from those who possess the iron will to claim it in reality. Those people abandon their mission at this precise moment because they mistakenly interpret the intense pressure and the lack of immediate results as a clear signal that their efforts are futile. They fail to realize that this threshold is the point of transformation, where the intensity of your persistence finally meets the resistance of the world, often just inches away from the breakthrough you seek. By pressing forward when every instinct screams for you to turn back, you shatter this psychological barrier and prove to both yourself and the universe that your purpose is fixed, which ultimately triggers the inevitable release of the reward you have been working so tirelessly to earn. Habitual persistence is the process of conditioning your mind to treat surrender as an impossibility, effectively replacing the impulse to quit with an automatic reflex of continued action. Every time you choose to push through discomfort rather than retreating, you are essentially strengthening a neural pathway that makes subsequent endurance easier and more instinctual. Conversely, every instance where you decide to walk away from a difficult task, you are reinforcing the habit of surrender, making it progressively harder to summon the discipline required for future challenges. This internal cycle is the silent architect of your character, and it operates with or without your conscious approval. By consciously choosing to persist when the odds appear unfavorable, you turn persistence from a strenuous act of will into a core component of your personality. This transformation acts as an invisible, impenetrable shield that guards your focus against the inevitable frustrations of life. Once this habit is fully forged, you no longer have to struggle with the decision to continue or quit because your internal machinery has been permanently calibrated toward the pursuit of your goals, regardless of the temporary obstacles that arise. The greatest battle you will ever engage in is not against the external world or the limitations placed upon you by circumstance, but against the internal adversary that constantly whispered in favor of comfort, safety, and compromise. This internal conflict is a war against your own habit of making excuses, a tendency that seeks to protect your ego from the strain of growth by convincing you that your current state is acceptable. To emerge victorious, you must become the master of your own mind, exercising an ironclad discipline that allows you to identify these self-imposed barriers as nothing more than mental illusions. When you finally declare total war on the excuses that have historically tethered you to mediocrity, you reclaim your agency and direct your energy toward the actualization of your potential. This decisive shift in your self-governance marks the moment your destiny ceases to be a product of luck or coincidence, and instead becomes a deliberate construction of your own desire, driven by the conscious recognition that your greatest power lies in your absolute refusal to allow anything, especially your own mind, to stand in the way of your visions. So, you stand at the crossroads of your own potential. You have heard the truth, and you know the path that leads to greatness. It is a path paved with the stones of persistence, built one decision at a time. The power to alter your trajectory does not exist in some distant future. It lives entirely within the commitment you make to yourself this very moment. When you decide, with absolute finality, that your goal is a non-negotiable reality, and that you will no longer seek the refuge of the exit sign, the world will eventually rise to meet you. Take this resolve with you as you step out of this room. Let your actions tomorrow be a testament to the person you are becoming today, someone who does not break under pressure, someone who does not retreat in the face of doubt, and someone who refuses to let the dream die on the vine. Remember, everything changes when you simply refuse to quit. Thank you for your time and your undivided attention. I wish you the very best of luck as you begin this new chapter of relentless pursuit. But before you go, I invite you to join our growing community of achievers by following the Mind Wealth Theory channel, where we explore these principles in depth every day. Stay focused, stay determined, and I will see you there.